Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So here's my shopping that I bought from Wilko and I'll take the plants out one by one. Let's take a look. So we'll start with this one first. This one is in a 10cm pot and you've got 3 clumps there, and I think this is a mammillaria. Beautiful colour, and the radial spines, which are the white ones, are really pretty. And you can see the green flower buds coming through between the tubercles. The spines on it are absolutely stunning. So you can see how beautiful those spines are close up. And you can see that colour, a very dark, almost aubergine-like colour. And the flower buds there, coming out in between the tubercles. There's quite a lot of them actually. So this other one here has got flower buds, and you can see some of the colouring now coming out on the buds, especially on this one here. So you can see the colour there showing in the buds. Perhaps there'll be a pink kind of colour. This is a beautiful cactus. So this will be going under my grow lights to help encourage those buds. Can't wait to see this one flower. And obviously you can see the kind of soil it's in, it will need to be repotted. So these will all be repotted in the spring. So this next cactus I believe to be a Parodia chrysocanthian. Really love that tuft of spines in the centre. So if the ID for this cactus is indeed correct, then this will produce bright yellow flowers from the apex. So let's take a look at the spines. There are so many spines per areole and they tend to give off a whitish colour, but there are some golden spines here, tending to be the more centrally located ones. It's only when we look at the top of the plant or the apex where the spines are so densely packed together that golden colour really shines through. And this is still a young cactus plant, so as it begins to age, the spines around the body of the cactus will become more dense and also appear a lot more golden. So this cactus I believe to be a Peruvianus variety monstruosus, and it's displayed in an 8cm pot. So I chose this one because it's got those blonde coloured spines, and I do have one of these already, but it's a bit of a smaller size and I wanted another one. And you don't often see the ones with the blonde spines, it's usually the ones with the darker reddish spines. And I have seen similar cactus to this with the blonde spines with the cultivar name Camelot. And then I've got a few cactus plants here which are displayed in the 5.5cm pots, and they are now priced at £1.50. They used to be £1.25. So I've got 2 of these, so we'll just take a look at the one. So I really like this one, it's very pretty, beautiful green and a lovely texture to the epidermis. And also it's got those hooked spines which just seem to project right out of the cactus. So I think this is a Ferocactus haematocanthus variety flavispinus, or we'll just use the accepted name of Ferocactus haematocanthus, because so many of the species and subspecies or varieties can look so similar to each other. But this one particularly has the yellow kind of spines and hooked ones towards the top of the plant. Bear in mind this is a very young specimen, so the tubercles are going to look so different from when this plant actually matures. So you can see the roots are bursting out the pot, so all of these cactus plants will be repotted in the spring. So I won't be necessarily giving them a larger pot. It will be more a case of changing the potting mix, and when you get them home you do really need to put them into a more suitable mix to continue growing well. This is one of my favourite cactus plants, so I wanted to get some more of these to start them off from a young age again. I'll just take one of them out of the plastic. Okay, so I know what this one is. This one is a Notocactus lenninghausii or lenninghausii. This is one of my favourite cactus plants. I do have a more larger specimen of this, which I've had for about 14 years now. I bought it back in 2007. So this is a baby one. It's about 4 centimetres high, this one. So what I'm going to do is just take this out the pot quickly, just to show you that soil that it comes in. You can see here, it's that peat compost that you get. Very healthy roots there. So when I do come to repot, they won't necessarily go into a larger pot. It's just a case of changing this soil for a better potting mix, because eventually it will suffocate the roots. So these next two cactus plants are really easy to recognise, and most people tend to have these in their collection. Echinopsis subdenudata. So this one here on the left has got very beautiful fluffy areoles, almost 100% perfect condition, so I had to buy that one. And then this one is equally as nice, just slightly smaller. So look how stunning the skin on this one is. It's really beautiful. So look at these beautiful, soft, fluffy white areoles. And each specimen can be highly variable with the amount of fluffiness. Okay, so this is the slightly smaller one. And this one is equally as fluffy. And because they're quite fluffy, they tend to be given the name tufty, or the cultivar name tufty, because of how fluffier the areoles appear compared to other specimens. And just one more look at this beautiful one here. It's gorgeous. That's the only tiny little blemish I could find in between that rib, just there. And it's not spider mite, I've checked it. Okay, so this is the beautiful epiphytic cactus, and this one is called a Rhipsalis. And you can see on the actual ticket, it does tell you what it is. It doesn't tell you this species, but at least we know it's a Rhipsalis. And I know that Lynn from Desert Plants of Avalon, actually, she has got loads of epiphytic cacti, so she will probably know straight away what this one is. You can see these beautiful leaves here. So this hangs down and grows long. So this lives in the tropical jungles and forests where it's very humid, and they live amongst the canopy of the trees. And they're called epiphytic because that's what they do. They hang on the trees and the branches for support. So they don't take anything from the plants that they are suspended from at all. They completely take their own nutrients from any debris that falls down into the cracks of the branches, and they take a lot of their moisture from the atmosphere itself. So this one here comes in the hanging pot, and this one is in a 12 centimetre pot, and it also has an integrated drip tray at the bottom. So it did get a little bit of damage on the way home where it was in my bag. So I've got a little broken stem there, but I'll take that off and try and root that. So these stems are actually modified leaves. They're not actually called leaves, they're called stems, stem segments. And then in here, these little tiny tufts here, where the little scalloped bits go in, is where the areoles are, and that's where the flowers would come out as well. So you can just see those little white tufty bits here. You can see a slight little spine there. So you can see it's got some lovely new shoots here. Looks very healthy. So there we go, you've got the new growth that starts off quite a bright green shooting out there. And it will be happy in this size pot for a while because they like to be in restricted pots. So this grows well in a semi-shaded position but in a bright lit location, especially for flowering, but avoid the peak sun. And it likes a lot of humidity, so you may need to give it an additional mist spray throughout the day with water. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today of all the cactus plants, and it's inspired you to buy some new plants for spring and to build your collection. And if I get any updates on the flower buds on the mammillaria, this one here, then I will do an update video to show you what the flowers look like. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like cactus, I have plenty more videos about cactus plants, and do consider subscribing to my channel. And like and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye!